Hello and welcome back to How About That Crypto. You are watching your daily crypto news and updates in 10 minutes with your host, Bitcoin Stylist on Twitter and Bitcoin Hairstylist on Instagram. Today's news stories are nerds on the internet found a video supporting that the SEC is shady. McDonald's tweets about crypto, and Blockchaincom adds Walmart director to their board. And if you stay till the end, there are some additional coins I bought in the dip, and I'll tell you what they are, and I'll explain why. And if you like or don't like the content, please like, subscribe, leave a comment below. If you're watching on Instagram, please click on the link tree, go to the YouTube, and click subscribe. It's really important, and it really helps support me and helps get me started. And just to be clear and litigious, I have a statement that I have to make. Advice from my attorneys. This is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. I will leave all the links in that I use, and they will all be on YouTube and on Twitter for you to do your own research. All right, let's dive in. Nerds scour the internet and find a speech from Jay Clayton. Jay, if you've been following me and paying attention, Jay Clayton is the former chair of the SEC, and so there's a speech, and you can find the link, and like I said, you can listen to the speech yourself, and I also included places on the SEC's website where they talk about this. But during this speech about crypto, and they talk about like security versus commodity, and I got something here on the SEC's website. It says, determining what falls within the ambit of securities offer or sale is facts and circumstances analysis. Utilizing a principles-based framework that has served American companies, American investors well through periods of significant innovation and change for 80 years. Bill Hinman recently outlined the approach staff takes to evaluate whether a digital asset is security, and I encourage you to take a look. Well, when you listen to that speech, he says that we, as in the SEC, use this information to make decisions, which is regulatory policy communication to the industry, all right? And then that points to another page in the SEC's website where Hinman is saying, Hinman is a former SEC person as well, I do not see a central third party whose efforts are a key determining factor in the enterprise. The network on which Bitcoin functions is operational and appears to have been decentralized for some time, perhaps since inception. Applying the disclosure regime of the federal securities law to the offer and resale of Bitcoin would add little value. And putting aside the fundraising that accompanied the creation of Ether, based on my understanding of present state of Ether, the Ethereum network and its decentralized structure, current offers and sales of Ether are not security transactions. And as with Bitcoin, applying the disclosure regime of the federal securities laws to current transactions in Ether would seem to add little value. So basically, Bitcoin and Ethereum are safe, according to the SEC, unless they take this down and say, oh, we didn't mean that, or we changed our mind. But what is that? Anyway, the rest have to be sufficiently decentralized, and that's the guidance from the SEC has given. No guidance under Goldman Gary, and only threats of enforcement by him. So, not only does this back up the XRP Ripple Labs lawsuit in the SEC, which I've been talking about in length. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch those, because this is going to set judicial precedent. And the only thing that can change that once it happens is an act of Congress. All right, moving on. So just summary. Basically, SEC under Goldman Gary Gensler is creating confusion and just threatening people and giving no clarity and backtracking on the SEC's stance that was already established before he took office. Anyway, moving on. McDonald's is tweeting crypto. McDonald's asked crypto peeps how they're doing. Elon said he'd eat a McDonald's on camera if they accept Dogecoin. Dogecoin went up. Surprise, surprise. McDonald's said yes if Tesla takes Grimace Coin. And then some people created a Grimace Coin and it went up. And Grimace is a character in the McDonald's ads, and there's no link between the Grimace and McDonald's ads to Grimace Coin. So, like I said, this is not financial advice, but I'm not buying Grimace Coin. Let's just put it that way. And when asked for a comment, McDonald's has not replied. But they're getting into crypto maybe. Anyway, all right, the big story today. Blockchain.com reports that they're adding the lead independent director, Tom Horton from Walmart Inc., also on the board of GE, General Electric, and previously on the board of American Airlines. So this dude is legit. And he's quoted as saying there's a gigantic shift underway in financial services and currencies, and being part of it is very exciting. Horton said in an interview, what's going on in here is relevant to things I am involved with elsewhere, other boards and other companies. What? That is bullish. So while retail, which is normal people, not like funds and banks and hedge funds and VCs and wealthy investors, etc., all retail is selling because they're scared, and all these big players are getting in. So, you're just basically selling your coins so that these players can buy them at a lower price. Anyway, they also added Marcy Vu, head of consumer internet banking at Morgan Stanley. What? Financial backers of Blockchain.com include Google Ventures, Lightspeed Ventures, and Richard Branson, which everyone knows from Virgin America, or Virgin Airlines and Virgin Galactic. One of those billionaires racing to space. They've raised $537 million. They have currently are looking at a $5.2 billion U.S. valuation, and they're planning a public offering. So that's why they're adding all these players. They have a wallet. They're launching an NFT marketplace, and they only have half the Coinbase customer base. So Coinbase, they have half of what Coinbase has in customers. And the revenue increased 10x last year. So they're on a roll. They're trying to capitalize on that. So some bullish signs, a little dirt on Gary Gensler and the SEC. So let's see what happens with that. And if you made it to the end, then thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. But now you may want to know what my picks are. So I talked about some coins yesterday. I talked about some interoperable coins and some layer 1 coins that I bought. They're technically altcoins, meaning they're not Bitcoin. I would say they're not Bitcoin or Ethereum. Those are the two main ones. As I mentioned earlier, the SEC deemed them safe. And okay, so I bought Matic, which is an interoperable chain as well. And then I bought some metaverse gaming tokens because everything's dropped, and I didn't get in early enough. So now I'm getting like a 50% discount on where they were. SLP, which is in Axie Infinity, Mana, which is part of Decentraland, and Sand, which is part of Sandbox, which I've talked in depth and extensively about. And if you haven't heard about it, just go back and watch the episodes. All the titles tell you what's in them. Okay, well, thank you very much for listening. Please like, subscribe, comment below, and it helps support me. It doesn't cost you anything, just a few clicks. If you haven't done it, my question is, why? And if you're watching this, please at least leave me a comment and tell me why, because I really like to know. Once I go out of this pilot next week, I'm not going to be on my personal Instagram, so it'd really be helpful if you do that. All right, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Hodl on.